My name is Komac, and I grew up in a small community in western Montana. There was a very deep religious tradition. I went to parochial schools from 1st through 6th grade, attended Mass every Sunday, but I never, at that point, looking back now, never really felt a real connection with Jesus. It was more the ritualistic, traditional, going through the motions type. Went to school in Missoula for 4 years and kind of really separated from it. I didn't have mom and dad and grandma and grandpa and aunts and uncles seeing if you were at church on Sunday, that kind of thing. Once I graduated from Missoula, I found a job in Helena and I moved here. And kind of the same thing initially. I then met my spouse and we got married and then had children immediately. As a result, I kind of got back to the church because of the kids, because there was the pressure from the grandparents of continuing that tradition. And I never really felt comfortable challenging that. The whole time now, looking back, something was missing. Something very deep was missing. I continued down that path for 20 years when my kids were being raised. And once they left, there was a huge void. And I went down a very dark path. I had an addiction issue. I sunk into a severe depression. And it finally all culminated Halloween of 2016, I attempted suicide. Looking back on that, it's probably the best thing that ever happened to me going on that journey, because that was kind of the pivotal point in my life to search deep within myself for what was missing. Because I knew there was just something missing there and I couldn't put my finger on it. Because I had always equated religion with spirituality. And since going through this journey, there's a huge difference, big difference between the two. And I now know what spirituality is. And thank you to a very dear friend of mine, Tammy Durkin, who attends Narrate. She suggested that I try Narrate because I just didn't know what I was looking for. And I went to my first service like the week after the suicide attempt, and yeah, I just connected. And it was something that I understood and that I actually could walk out and apply in my daily activities. I call it a God shot because I really truly believe I ended up there at His direction. 2017 was probably the most challenging year of my life. I had attempted suicide the end of 16. My mom was diagnosed with cancer early 2017. Then my marriage, which had kind of been in shambles for quite a while, ended mid-2017. And then my dad passed away on New Year's Eve of 2017. But I have never felt more of a connection with Jesus than I did throughout that year and continue to today. I am a totally different person than I was 2 years ago, and in such a great way. My life is so full, so rewarding. I was baptized in my religion as an infant, but this is a rebirth. It is a total rebirth. So I am a Christ follower, and I do have one other person to thank, Bobby Zanker, who also attends Narrate. She was always there for me through the journey with good, sage advice. So yes, I have found my community at Narrate.